Hello everyone, welcome to the Jim Rohn School. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. I was just reviewing the most recent edition of our brand new magazine, The Achiever. I have a fascinating topic that I call the 5 easy steps to go from average to fortune. I've been asked to present it numerous times for corporations and businesses, and now I have the chance to do so with you. It's a fairly significant topic for someone like me, because my life began quite modestly in a small Idaho farm town of about 4,000 or 5,000 people. I went to high school, graduated, attended college for a year and a half, and then quit, deciding I was intelligent enough to get a job to see if I could not fulfill all of my goals. My parents, I believe, gave me a very good foundation and a very good start. Since I was the only child, I believe they took some extra time with me, and we got off to a good start. A few years after I graduated from high school, I found a very attractive young woman and convinced her to marry me. They kept making all those grand promises that everything would work out and that she had made the right choice. However, 2 or 3 years after I got married, it didn't seem like my new bride had made such a wise choice, because I'm now starting to struggle. If you've ever known what it's like, I'm behind on my bills. I'm willing to work hard, that's not my problem, but it isn't going as well as I had anticipated up until that point. I'm struggling and wondering what should I return to school and get more education. All these thoughts were running through my head at a time when I needed some answers on how to really become successful and how to change my life around at the age of 25, since I lacked the capital to launch a company. Good fortune came my way, and sometimes it's a little difficult to describe good fortune. Why do unique things happen to you when they do? Part of that's a mystery to me. I really don't know. One of my friends says, well, things don't just happen, they happen just. And maybe that's it. I really don't know. But my good fortune was at age 25. I met a very remarkable man. His name was Mr. Schoff, Mr. Earl Schoff, and he's the gentleman who gave me those last final answers that I had been looking for up until that time. Mr. Schoff is a very unique gentleman. He was a businessman, an entrepreneur. He had several businesses, and he took a liking to me, and he hired me, and I went to work for him. I spent the next 5 years working for him, and then unfortunately at the end of that 5 years he died. But I did get to spend 5 years with this remarkable man, and he's the gentleman who gave me the answers. He gave me the points and the ideas that helped to really turn my life around. And I will always be grateful for finding someone who took the time to share their information with me. The greatest gift Mr. Schoff gave me was not a job, but rather the advantage of his philosophy, which fortunately worked for me. I put it to use, practiced, and applied it. About 17 years ago, when I was living in Beverly Hills, I was going through all the notes I had collected over the previous 5 years when it occurred to me, why not share these ideas with other people? I've used them to change my life, and things have worked out well for me. I wondered if others might find them interesting, so I put all the material together and gave my first lecture and seminar 5 years ago. Since then, I've been spending more and more time lecturing and sharing ideas on how to do better and make your life work out better on a personal, social, and economic level. This is especially true for the last 6 or 7 years that I've had the chance to travel the world, and the seminar has been translated into many languages. I now find that I spend the majority of my time lecturing, sharing ideas, and trying to come up with answers that can improve your life. How to rise from mediocrity to success. There are 5 easy steps that you may want to write down. This is the first one. There is no substitute for that, so you really need to get serious. You don't have to be grim, but you need to be serious. I know a guy who has a half-dozen jokes that prevent him from becoming wealthy. He's not known as rich, but rather as a joker. which is probably acceptable if that's the kind of life you want to lead, but it's really not the best way to go from average to wealthy. There are two crucial items that need your attentive attention. The first step is to identify your goals and where you want to go. The next 5 to 10 years are crucially important. What do you want to do economically? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? What would you like to have? What would you like to share? How much would you like to earn? How far would you like to go? These are some important questions to ask. In my opinion, if you want everything to go as planned for the next 5 or 10 years, you must get serious about personal development. Personal development is the process of working hard to become the kind of person you want to be. And to become the kind of person you want to be, you have to work at it. In 10 years, you will undoubtedly become someone, but the big question is, who are you becoming? And if you work on it now, you can definitely take a different route to become the kind of person you want to be in a very short amount of time. However, there is a very important question to ask, and that is where you will undoubtedly arrive in 10 years. So in order to answer the questions of where you want to go and the type of person you want to be, you've got to get serious. First, you must become serious if you want to make your life meaningful and different. Second, you must become intelligent if you want your life to be meaningful. To do this, you must have some thoughts. You must have the knowledge, so you must be intelligent. In fact, you must be much smarter this decade than you were the previous decade. You must read the books and gather the information when I have the opportunity to speak to the high school students. The theme of my talk is to get smart, because there is nothing worse than being stupid. If you read the books, learn from your experiences, and do everything you can to obtain the information, you will undoubtedly be wiser this year than you were last year. I also have some strategies that I teach in my seminar on how to become smarter, such as journaling and attending lectures. One of the most important things to move from mediocre to fortune is to continue this continual process of learning and never stop seeking information, which includes attending seminars, listening to sermons, and taking inspiration from others. Now for number 3. Get smart. You must start now. Not everything you've learnt will be really helpful to you. You must start if you haven't turned it into an action plan. In my management and leadership program, we teach game plans, how to apply all of the positive lessons you've learnt to economic, social, and personal actions, how to implement the adjustments and carry out the task in order to really operate. Get moving. That's the key. Some people learn things all the time, but never really put them into practice. It's like the man who keeps bringing supplies to the construction site, but never builds anything. He keeps bringing in sand, gravel, windows, doors, and roofing material, and he just stacks them up, but never builds anything. If you do that long enough, they'll come and take you away. You have to put what you've learned into practice, take action, and get going. That's one of the most crucial lessons to learn. How to plan your days. How to plan your weeks and months so that you take the right steps to obtain the right return that you're seeking, whether it's personal or financial, is crucial. Now let's go on to number 4. You need to become aroused, not simply with the phony excitement of thinking only positively. You must get enthused about a few really fundamental things. One is to become thrilled about your capacity to force yourself to perform the essential tasks, since self-discipline is a key first step toward personal development, and anyone can alter their life at any time, both financially and socially. After today, nothing is ever the same, because you never know what you might do today if you truly want to. The act of murder is a glaring sign that a person in their life may be drastically altered by a single deed, even if it is in a bad way. Direction. The fourth thing I would advise you to do, beginning today, is to get enthusiastic about doing something constructive and helpful that will help you achieve the changes you want in your life and move in the direction you desire. Get enthused about your potential, since human capability is often never an issue. Young children may pick up several languages, but we can gain the most amazing skills. It's an issue of judgment rather than ability, since all we have to do is take the time to do it. It's a matter of excitement, willpower, and wanting too much, so it's quite thrilling to know that you can change your life whenever you want to, and that it doesn't have to be the same again. It's also thrilling to know that you can actually do the things that will significantly alter your life on an intellectual and personal level. That brings us to number 4. Number 5 is to go away. I've discovered that life balance is a crucial concept, particularly in the past 15 to 20 years. You have to learn how to escape, how to be alone, how to earn and live well, and how to balance your life. We teach something called lifestyle, which is how you learn to live your life. Some people have money but don't even know how to spend it. Some people have time but don't know how to spend it. Some people are successful but don't know how to spend their success. They don't know what to do with it. They don't get joy from it instead of animosity. Take it seriously. Get intelligent and go forward. Get ecstatic and go. I hope you find those points useful as you think about them, and I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me for a few minutes. If I have the opportunity, I would like to invite you to attend my seminar. Typically, several hundred to 1,000 people show up, and I would be delighted to have you. I believe I have some fascinating things to share about life, economics, and how to do better. Over the last 15 to 20 years, I've learnt a lot, and I've condensed it into one evening from 7 to 11. I have some ideas to share, and I don't claim they're correct. I just say they're my ideas, but if you'll take the time and spend an evening with me, I think you'll find it rewarding. I also want to thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time, and I sincerely hope you'll find it exciting. We're talking about some really interesting material for 4 hours. Keep your distance from me. Even if I may not lead or follow, please be my buddy and walk by me. I appreciate you listening.